Hi, I'm RaDona from boysandgirlshairstyles.com. Today I have Sue with me. She's a little sweetie. I just met her. She is from Texas. She came to get her haircut. I'm really excited. What we are going to do is cut her hair shorter. We're going to bring her sides in a little bit. We're going to have this come around her face. We're going a little bit shorter up through here. Tighten this up a little bit and just style this a little bit shorter through here. Just so it's a little bit, not really spiky, but shorter than it is. Anyway, I'm going to start in the back here. Okay, I'm just going to push her head down. And she has, some cowlicks that come in this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of do this, let her hair fall, where it falls. And then I'm just going to cut into this bottom. Just point cut into it. Okay, then I'm going to come up here in her crown. I'm going to take to where it's just over an inch long on the top, and I'm going to point cut into this. And then coming down, like through the back here, I want to do a 90-degree angle. Because when we style this, when we pull this out, we want it to come straight out from her head. And then right back here, I'll show you. We're going to angle in a little bit, so it's a little bit tighter. Okay, so right here, so straight here in the back of her head, we are going to start to angle the fingers in. So don't come straight out. You want this to come in so it's tighter towards the nape. Up here on this top. And I'm just holding that hair that I have cut before that. And then I'm pulling this other hair. And you can see, where I've cut that hair before. And you just line up that hair to the next section. Okay, now again, there we are in the back. So we're going to start angling our fingers in. We just want this a little tighter back here, so it'll be really easy for Sue. She won't have to do much with it. And in between haircuts, it grows out really, really nice. And if you like, you can section your hair off. I just like to keep track just by vertical sections this way. Okay, again, we're in the middle. Going to angle in. Okay. Now take from that top and just come over the side. Pull this out. Okay, angle in again. Okay, now see, I come straight up from the ear right there. That's how I keep track of where I'm at in this haircut. See, she's a little fuller over here on her side, so we're just taking that length in. A little bit. Again, angle that in. Okay, now I'm holding this straight out this way, her sides. Straight out there. Again, just angle that in with your fingers. Okay, so you see all this hair here, what I'm going to do is hold my fingers this way, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to point cut into this. And what I'm wanting to do is kind of frame the back of her ear. So you can kind of see that hair here. I just took all that length off. Just to kind of go along with the back of her ear right here. And that's what I mean by that, by framing that ear right there. Okay, then you can just push this down. Okay, now I'm going to come on this side. '90-degree angle. Okay, we're to the middle. Now we're going to angle this in. Get rid of some of that bulk to make it easier. Okay. In the top this way. And that's what's fun. She has cute hair anyway, but what we want to do is just freshen it up by taking just a little bit of bulk out, just shaping it a little bit different. And that's what helps with, you know, these short haircuts, is it can change a little bit. Some people think that short hair can't change, but if you just, you know, if you take it just a little bit shorter in the back, you know, frame the ears a little bit more, and I'll show you that in the front in a minute. It just changes it enough to really make it fun and stylish. Just a change. Okay, so again, this hair here, I'm going to hold out, remember, and I want to frame that back of the ear, so I'm going to just do this. Point cut into that. The reason for point cutting also is you just don't have that total straight line. You want a little bit of, I wouldn't call it fringe, but just so it's a little bit wispier. Okay, now for her top, she's longer through this area. And if we take some of that bulk out, that's going to be really easy for her to style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and connect this middle right here to the top of this. And I'm just going to come straight across. I don't really want to angle up to keep that long in the front. We want to come straight across so it takes that length. Okay, and then I just take this hair up here and pull it straight up. Again, just come straight across. Okay, again this way. Straight forward. Okay, now she goes this way, so I'm just going to kind of comb that this way. Okay, now for her sides. She's long here, we're going to take that a little bit shorter also. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my section in front of this ear, and I'm going to hold this straight out. And you can see all this length, see that there? I'm going to connect my back, and you can see this hair, see that hair right there? I'm going to take this hair, connect it with that, angle my fingers just straight up, okay? Then I'm going to take this length off. Okay, now I'm going to take the rest of this section. Again, just come straight up, point cut into that. Okay, now after you've done that, that's taking the bulk away from the side this way. Now I'm going to take, and I'm going to angle my fingers down, and I'm going to point cut up into that. See, so it's over her ear, it's not as long as it was, and it's not, we don't have it way up over her ear, so it's in between, okay? All right, now she has this length here, and it's cute wispy, but what we're going to do is come in and just take a little bit of that length off. Just point cut into that also. See, so it's still fun and wispy. You can just take your shears in this way. Just piece this out, take little sections. Okay, I'm just going to come into this. Just trim that a little bit shorter. See, so it kind of comes up and then back down. You know, it's not up over her ear, not long, but in between. Okay, now for this side, again, I'm just going to take, okay, hold that straight out. Take that length off. And you can see that length up here? I'm connecting that to that length. So you just take that corner off. Okay, again, I'm going to connect that length here to that. Okay, now the front, just hold that out. Okay, just come through this area. Take the shears. What I'm doing is I'm coming up and I'm coming back through and just barely closing these shears to take a little bit of the length off. Okay, and now her bangs. What we're going to do is we're going to point cut into those also. Okay, I'm just going to turn her into the mirror so I can see. Okay, now what we're going to do, I'm just going to take my razor to the front here, just on the bottoms. I just want this to be piecey. I don't want it to be a full, I mean it is a full bang, but I want it to be piecey. And her sides, we're going to do the same thing. Just take the razor to that a little bit, so it's not so blunt cut. Just want it wispy. Okay, now I'm going to check this and hold this straight up. This is just a little bit long, so I'm just going to cut into that because we just want this to be able to be styled very easy. So the more lift you have up here in the front, the easier it's going to be. Okay, now I'm going to take the texturizing shears. I'm just taking this through. Don't get it too close to the scalp. Don't put it in a part. You got to put it away from the part. And what this is doing is it's cutting little hairs in there, so her hair will, so the long hairs will fall on the little hairs and it makes it fuller, more volume. Okay, now Sue has fine hair, so what I'm going to do is use an amp mousse. Okay, and I'm going to put this in her hair. And why I'm using the amp mousse is because she has fine hair, and this gets on the hair strand and it swells the hair strand, and so it makes it fuller, and it's amazing stuff. Okay, so as I do this, this side over here is a little bit longer, so I'm just going to take this a little bit shorter over here. Okay, now we're going to start here in the back, and we're just going to take and just dry this down. Okay, her sides, same thing, just moving my hands back and forth this way. And then on the side, sides here. And the key that I like this short hair is to move your hand back and forth when you dry it, just because you're going to get more movement in your hair so it's not as set. So if you just go back and forth with your hands in the blow dryer. All dry. Distortion. This is from Ice. It's a styling gum. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff to have. And that's, some people, they'll say, I love that hairstyle. But honestly, a lot of the problem is people don't have the right product to style the hair so it doesn't look the same. So anyway, I'm taking about this much, distortion. Just rub it in your hands to where it's clear. Okay, and then you can just start grabbing. In fact, I'm going to turn her to the mirror so she can watch me do this. Just start grabbing and pulling. And then you can take the distortion and just piece out that front. Okay. See, you can just grab that and it'll just, your back, it's just falling into place, so that's good. Then you can just grab this back and pull up and out. And then of course I love the finisher spray from Ice. It's an aerosol spray and it's really light. So for Sue's hair it's really good because she has finer hair. And so this is going to help her hair stay. And she has a tiny bit of curl right here. I'm just going to take that flat iron and just straighten that. Okay, and then I'm just going to take around. See, you can just grab at it and spray. And then you are set. And that is Sue's new haircut, which was darling before. It just adds a little bit of spunk to it to shorten it up. And let me just turn her around so you can see. And I appreciate her coming and let me videotape her. So thank you. Have a good day.